this or this. God, I love that flag.
I knew that this was the day. You took my phone to say that I'm better off running miles away.
Thank you for your service, sir. Morning. Oh, what a lovely day, isn't it? It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be rain all day. But I got coffee. I think today we're gonna go do a little grocery shopping and yeah, do a little grocery shopping and I think we might actually talk about homelessness a bit today. And a little solution, maybe temporary, partial solution. It's an idea. Work with it. For homelessness. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. I come up with an idea. And I think I want to share it. Maybe we'll go somewhere with this. Maybe somebody will pick it up and actually do something with it. But till then, coffee. Alright, we got our groceries here. 2 little bags. Well, a third bag from the bulk store there. But, yeah. So, let's go talk about other things. Alright, we'll talk to you soon. So, where did I find myself now? Hey guys, I'm down here at the Abbotsford Exhibition Center. Park, whatever you want to call it. Every city has one of these. They certainly got a lot of fencing around here. Cordoning off every section. I'm sure you're saying to yourself, Winmore, you're talking about homelessness. Yes, I am. So, let's talk about homelessness. This is a 75-acre park in the heart, well, maybe not quite the heart of Abbotsford, but every city across Canada. This is going to be a template, and I'm going to talk about Abbotsford, but it applies to every city across Canada. Every single one. You know, the places that we have, you know, exorbitant amounts of homelessness. Well, every single one of these cities has an exhibition place. Hold on, I'm gonna get by these guys and then I'll continue talking. The security is something else here. Even all the equipment is in little sheds on wheels. It's kind of, I just want to bring that to your attention as I'm about to go through all this. Let's go out this way and let's continue talking here. All right, so every city throughout Canada has an exhibition. I'm gonna end up saying the wrong word there or give the wrong impression. Exhibition park. They're massive. They're absolutely huge. And they hold events, community events. That's an important part, community events. They have public washrooms. They have open spaces. They have activities. But primarily, they sit like this for about 9 months of the year. The 9 worst months of the year. Okay, we're talking September till what, June? Somewhere in that ballpark. And then June, July, and August, there's all kinds of huge activities that happen around here. Okay, oh, we got somebody coming, just a sec. All right, sorry about that, I'm back. Okay, so for those 9 months, this place sits pretty much like this. You got some people coming and going. You have little shows that go on here and there, which is actually important to what I'm about to bring up, you see. But I'm sure you're saying to yourself, Winmore, we don't want an encampment site in the middle of a soccer field or in the middle of a playground or a baseball field or a stadium, football stadium, soccer stadium, whatever, field house, that's it. We don't want that in here. Yeah, well, that's not what I'm actually referring to in this land. I think there's a better location, and we'll get there. Okay, one of the things that there's a huge opportunity to help the homeless become, you know, more productive members of society, and it has to do with those buildings right there and the events that are held here. Now, I'm not saying every homeless person can do this, but there's nothing stopping a good portion of them. Okay? When you put on an event in these buildings here, or the ones up there when we get up there, when you put on events in there, there's staffing requirements. Whether it's set up or tear down or helping manage the booths, concession stands, there's all kinds of different jobs that are required in there. Okay, and a lot of times they require, or they rely on a lot of volunteers or helpers, and you know, sometimes they're just like, hey dude, give me a hand loading this thing and I'll give you 20 bucks. It's kind of things like that. Let's talk in a real world here. This happens a lot more than the government wants to admit. Anyway, so by moving the homeless camp to this park, And no, I'm not talking about the ballparks. We'll get to where I'm talking about in a minute. To move the homeless encampment here puts a huge pool, well, huge is relative, a big pool of potential labor force that have lost confidence in the labor market in our country, in your city, in Abbotsford, who can't find a job, can't get a job. So they're stuck living on the streets. Okay, there's a lot of homeless people like myself who just don't have the resources to, one, hold down a job, whether that be physical resources or otherwise. They don't have the permanent address so that, you know, they can seem like a stable employee get for anybody. You guys are brave, man. You don't like the camera? Okay, bye. So they don't have the opportunities like the average person does. Okay, they don't have access to the internet like you do at home because they don't have a home. Okay, a lot of them are using prepaid cell phones. But you have right here on the same grounds, if you move the homeless encampment to here, you have potential work opportunities, reintegration into society, make them productive members, make them feel proud of what they're doing. Not everybody that's homeless is on drugs, okay? I'm not on drugs. Well, I guess I took some Advil yesterday. But it's not what you think. It's Canadians down on their luck. They need a helping hand, and that's why we develop all these social programs. Now, I have people in front of me, and I need to go past them, so I'm going to stop this here, and we'll pick it back up when I get to where I've been trying to get to. Now this is where I'm talking about. You see, these things are here for overflow parking, which means that this parking lot is completely useless until the fair happens. Okay, as you can see, we were just down over there, came up that thing there, talked to those couple of guys over there, and then we came over here. Okay, you have this entire field here. Okay, I don't know how many acres this would be, but I'd say it's probably close to 500 meters across and probably 250, yeah, 250 sideways, somewhere in that ballpark. 500 long, and then 250 from side to those barriers, the first barriers, right there. Okay, but we're not going to stop there. What I'm going to suggest is actually going to use the other side of these barriers. Okay, again, that's still 500 meters back. I mean, it's like almost half a kilometer. Well, maybe not quite. I don't know. It's a little hard to judge distances when I'm not driving. Anyway, might want to raise these chains just a little bit, which wouldn't be no big deal. But this is overflow parking, which means for 9 months out of the year, this is what it looks like. It's completely empty, not utilized, just completely vacant land that no one can utilize because, well, it's no good for running on. You can't park a vehicle on it because they have all these barricades blocking it and these gates. Okay. Now, in a minute here, I'm going to spin around and show you something. Okay, this is the Agri-Fair Arena. Now, they hold events in here, and this is what I'm talking about. You could have people here, living here, trying to reestablish themselves in society, and they could have access to this. Right beside it is the Ag Rec Center. Yeah, Ag Rec Center. Okay, not sure why, but I guess the Agricultural Society probably sponsored to build it. Let's take a walk down here. And just in case, I brought my Canada umbrella. Because, yeah, it's a rain day. Anyway, so let's talk about this section where I'm walking in right now. Okay, currently, the city subsidizes people to have soup kitchens, community services that go around. Churches provide community services, and they have to walk around the streets, find the homeless people to, I don't know, try and do whatever they do. I don't know what they do. It's not a part that I'm a part of. But there's actually a large portion of people that are like me, that live in their vehicle. Yeah, I don't have Bunky with me right now. That live in their vehicle, that are looking for somewhere to park. Now, you spend so much time ticketing people, homeless people that live in their vehicles, ticketing them, chasing after them for ticket money, just to eventually end up taking their license because they didn't pay their tickets, and now they're truly homeless. Where you could open up this parking lot for 9 months out of the year. You know, they have a gate right there. You could tell them when they come in here, you're signing this lease 9 months on this particular day. I don't know, June 1st. Just throw a number out, just throw a date out there. June 1st, everybody must clear this zone because you have your summer events, and you know, it's fair. It's only during the fall, winter, and spring that these people really need somewhere stable to settle in. During the summer, you know for yourself, the homeless encampments pretty much drain, and they thin out extraordinary. They disperse, people get out and about and everything like that. But anyway, as I was saying about this little section right here, I kind of got spun off on people with their vehicles. This section right in here should be allocated to the city. Okay, now you could take another row as an overflow just in case. Divide it up. Look, the width of one of these to say, let me put a line in there's a line. You can't really see it here. Let me put a line in the dirt here. Okay, we can clearly see that line. From there, here, I'll measure it out with my foot. Why not? I have 12-inch boots. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, basically 22 feet. 22 feet. You can cut that down to 20 feet, whatever. You know, I would leave room for a driveway in the middle. But you could take each one of those, bring them out 15, 20 feet. That's enough space for a homeless tent. A homeless person to put their tent. A homeless person to park their vehicle. A homeless person to call home. I know it's not what we envision as the word home, but this is their home. Okay? Give them some stability. Give them the opportunity to help. Here, there's all kinds of things going on around here, and that's what these social service spaces should be made available for. You can tie into that building and get your internet and your power and everything like that. The city does this kind of stuff all the time, especially during the fair. Okay, the city could put up a tent right there at the entrance. Okay, that is a check-in. You know, hey, these are the rules. You need to sign this. You need to abide by these rules. You could say no drugs on the premises, or no using drugs on the premises, whatever you want to do. Okay, and you make them sign this, and this way they're bound by the rules of the encampment. I think you'll find a lot more people cooperative in this than the people that are non-cooperative. I think if you offered them opportunity, I think it would be great. Now, you're going to say to me, well, Winmore, all these people here, all these houses over here, and now are going to have a crime going through your area. Well, that's why you have checks and balances here. Who do you invite here? Do you invite... You don't put... How can I put this? You don't put an injection site on this location. If that's what it's called these days, I don't know. You don't give them the opportunity to have their, how can I say this? Their illicit activities here. Set it in your ground rules, whatever, okay? But you don't permit that. And if they're found in breach, then they have to leave. Now, where Kitty is parked, I would put another tent. And this tent, maybe a trailer, you could actually do both in the trailer, that's fine. Maybe in that trailer or that tent, you turn around and you put a permanent, what are they called? Constabulary. Yeah, a constabulary. I think that's the word. Basically, a community outreach police station that's manned at all times. Now, Winmore, we don't have the resources to keep the police right now doing all their jobs. Yeah, but you have a police officer that'll just sit here. Now, they could be doing paperwork, they could be doing whatever in their little trailer, but they're here in case of emergencies. They're here to enforce the rules of the camp. They're here to ensure security of the camp. So people don't get robbed. People don't get molested. I probably can't say that on YouTube, but hey, it is what it is. Things don't happen here that are not supposed to happen. Okay, so you put a constabulary, words today, there. Now, about halfway down here, in this location, I would say, because we're about halfway, in this location, I would put a giant tent. And I'd put it basically side, like maybe two tents, one on that side, one on this side. And the only thing in there are tables and chairs. That's it, tables and chairs. Put two tents there, put tables and chairs there, okay? You can put up dividers if you want for certain little sections, but I'm thinking a little further down we'll have that conversation. Here, you put up, well, maybe one side is tables and chairs and the other side isn't. Here is where all those community groups come to offer the food bank, the soup kitchens, the hot meals, the distribution of meals to the homeless people. They come here in one location and distribute. The people can come up here, get some to eat, sit down, eat their meal, talk with the people that are providing these services. They can see if they can help them, see if they can get them out of this situation. But you have a community organization here at all times, and they can be rotated in and out. It could be duplicated. You could have two people in your tent, whatever. But you have your community organization right here, dead center. Okay? You provide all your food right here. Sorry, not community organization stuff. Getting to that. Let's put that down at this end. Because this is where we deal with the social, how can I put it? Or what's the word I'm looking for, I should say? The social programs. The social programs that we try and, get them out of this and into housing and such like that. These are embarrassing conversations, okay? People don't want to have these conversations. So they want to make it kind of secluded. So stick it back here. Way at the very back, people can come in and say, hey, how do I get into a recovery program? How do I get into social services? Because, well, there's people like me who come to BC and can't get any assistance because I haven't been here for 3 months. Heck, I had to go grocery shopping today because somebody gave me a donation. So you put your community services down here where it could be a little more discreet, where it could be subtle, maybe put another officer down here just in case, or maybe put the peace officer down here, like, you always have officers that are doing reports. There's no reason that they can't do the report here. And that's what I'm trying to say. There's no reason that they have to do the report at the station. Because half of them, you see them sitting in parking lots at the grocery store writing reports. So why can't they come here, write the report? If something comes up, they're here. They're ready to they can deal with it. They can call in people. They can do what they need to do. Now, there's another business. There's one other thing that actually comes up with homeless encampments that is a huge, huge, huge problem. Okay? And that's the mess. Huge mess. Well, part of your rules is you must maintain an orderly display of your space. Okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be orderly. You can't have garbage all over the ground and all that jazz. And way over on that side of the park, just past the park, there is a company, a 5-star Google review company, okay, that takes trash away. They're literally on the other side of the park, just across the street over there. This is a local business that you could generate jobs. You could help people. You could help the local economy by encouraging this company to come out here, supply the bins or whatever. Well, you don't really need to supply the bins. You got the bins right there. A local company to come out and empty the bins on a regular basis. I mean, you have your own garbage collectors, but yeah, let's be real, that's union, and yeah, there'd be a whole bunch of headaches there. But either way, this guy does the recycling and everything. Set up a booth here for him. Hey, I got a bunch of pop cans. Okay, here you go. This is all doable in this one little corner for 9 months out of the year. So let me ask you, Abbotsford, BC, and actually every city in Canada that has an exhibition ground. Would you rather this or this? You see, there's a small detail that you keep leaving out, that you don't tell the public. And the reason that this is happening is because they lost in court. And why did they lose in court? Because they tried to make that private land. You see, all municipalities, all levels of government, all the land that they own, that's all public land. Now they can have secure areas where no trespassing, but that's to operate business. Like at your city hall there, I can go in the foyer and videotape everything in the foyer. But I can't go beyond the secure doors so I don't disrupt business. And it makes sense. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not that guy that's going to go in there and do that kind of thing. No. Those are different type of YouTubers than me. But there is no private land that any level of government owns. So every single piece, somebody right beside me. See if we can not get him on video and go the other way. Every single piece of dirt any level of government owns is public land. You see, this is illegal. There is no justification for this no trespassing. This is public land. Yet you've gated it all off, the public land. And that park, the exhibition center, exhibition park, is public land. Open to the public. As is that cenotaph. But this is your solution. The courts told you, unless you come up with another solution, you cannot remove these people. Well, I've just given you a solution that helps them, helps the city, helps everybody. Okay? Summer is a long ways away. Okay? You need to put this into effect. You need to stop this nonsense and preventing the public from enjoying public space for the betterment of all. Help them. Help them to get out of the life that they've fallen into. Help them become part of society again. Help them have pride in their city, their province, and their country. And our fallen. Welcome to the Fringe.
Hey you, I'm feeling it so. Hey you, now where do you go? Hey you, should let it go. I do think you care. Do you
Welcome to the Fringe.
you